What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So fun fact, I actually recorded this video once already and am now re-recording because again, my computer camera just decided to bail on me and not work. So I apologize for that. Although not really, because you guys didn't see the other video. But basically today we are going to be doing a unboxing video. In one of my recent haul videos, I had mentioned that I had a couple of pre-orders that I was waiting to come in. One is from the Bookish box, the other is from Etsy, and I'm so excited that they have finally arrived. But before we pop into that video, just wanted to say thank you so much for being here. My name is Jaya, for those of you that are new. I put out videos every Wednesday and Sunday on bookish related content, and if that sounds like it's up your alley, then definitely consider sticking around. For those of you that are returning, thank you so much for being here. It's so exciting to have you here and helping enjoy and create this bookish community with me. Without further ado, let's hop into the video. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is actually the book from the Bookish box. It came in a beautiful box, which I have since thrown away, but this is actually a series by Tessa Hale. I don't actually have any idea what this book is about. I'm going in blind, but when I was looking up reviews on Goodreads, I saw some really good reviews on the book. And from my understanding, it's 4 or 5 stories that have been combined together. And so this particular edition is called the Dragons of Ember Hollow Series Omnibus. So it has all the books included. And I just love how beautiful this book is. I'm in my dragon era as well because I just finished reading Onyx Storm and I'm kind of ready to jump back into fantasy. Although currently I'm still making my way through my thrillers. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more fantasy next month on the TBR. But look how beautiful. Can you guys see that shine and shimmer? It's so gorgeous. So this is the external part of the book. Now there's no cover for this book, it just comes with this, so you can see that it actually has the metal clips to protect the spine and the corners. I love, not the spine, just the corners, sorry. And then I love the side of the book. You see all the beautiful dragons, which just makes my day. And this says Dragons of Ember Hollow Series Omnibus, which I love. And then on the back it says, what do you think it would be like to have 5 men devoted to your every need? So from my understanding, this is also a reverse harem series. Now I've only ever read one other reverse harem series, or 2 actually, I guess, which would be the Darkmoor Penitentiary series, as well as the Ruthless Boys series, which are within the same world of Solaria, written by the same 2 authors, Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. And while I did find it a little intriguing to read some of those scenes, and I did have a hard time wrapping my head around the situation. I liked the fact that we had strong female protagonist lead characters, at least in the second series. Everyone knows my thoughts on Elaine. If you don't, definitely go check out my Ruthless Boys review. I will say, spoiler alert here, that I am not a fan of Elaine, but that is neither here nor there. But I did get really excited to see what this book has to offer. I love the dragon scales running across the pages of the book, and then I absolutely adore this interior of the book as well. It's just so beautiful, and I love the comet in the background. And from my understanding, these characters turn into dragons as well, and this is probably my favorite part. I can't wait for a shape-shifting dragon. So exciting. And then it also comes with the signature of the author on the inside page, and I just love how beautiful that page is as well. And then we actually have a few inserts as well. So we have Twilight of Embers, then we have the page for Midnight of Ashes, and then we have Dawn of Flames, and then I believe, so it's 3 books that have been combined into one omnibus, I believe. So the entire Dragons of Ember Hollow is 3 books. It's Twilight of Embers, Midnight of Ashes, and Dawn of Flames. So we have that here. And then in total, this book put together is a complete whopping 752 pages. So each of these books has to be at least, 25 pages or so. So I'm guessing they're going to be pretty fast reads, but I am really excited to sink my teeth into this and to get a little bit of that dragon vibes going on. So I'm super excited for that. And I just love how beautiful the special edition is. Next up, the series that I had been waiting on was the Acrylic Picks series of Blood and Ash, of Blood and Ash, and From Blood and Ash, which I know is a very, very popular series. I've heard a lot about it. I don't know too much about the storyline. I know there's a lot of craziness that's going on. I know there's a lot of political drama that's happening. I know there's some messed up relationships that occur in this book too, but definitely your classic fantasy vibes. I've heard that for people who like ACOTAR, who like the Solaria series, for those who like the Throne of Glass series, like all of these type of heavier fantasies, I've been told that this is a great series to read. So since those are some of my favorites, I figured why not get special editions? So let's just take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this cover. This is absolutely stunning. I love the red metallic finishes. And then this is only books 1 through 5. So I'm very excited for this. I was also recommended this series by a couple of my friends in my book clubs who were just like, Jay, you have to read this. So I was like, okay, we'll check it out. Also, each of the books comes with its own page inlay as well, which I went ahead and put into the center of the book. And I just love how beautiful that page inlay is. And then here is the beautiful painted edges of the beginning of the castle and the florals. So that is book 1. Then we have book 2. Oh, and then on the back of this book, it says, From Blood and Ash We Will Rise, which I just think is so cool and just so foreboding and foreshadowing, and I love it. So this is our second book here. This is going to be A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and it says, She who carries the blood of the king of the gods within her, bow before your queen. I love that. I love the fact that we have a strong female lead that's already being hinted at. I love all the magic that's kind of taking place in the background here. And I just love how beautiful that red finishing is. It's just so stunning. Also the interior is actually the old school cover, so that's why I'm not showing those. By the way, this one is gold on the inside for the cover. The first book, though, is the only one that's a beautiful metallic red. So when I take this off, it's a stunning, stunning metallic red, which I just think is so beautiful. And then here is the painted edges on the second book. So you have that continuation of the castle and the roses. And so I love that for this book. I also love the page inlay, which is basically the front cover, but without the metallic finishes. And I just think it's so, so pretty. So just to give you an idea, these scenes all do connect together. So here is the sides of both of these, and then here is how they line up on the front. So you can see the castle and everything is actually very well aligned. The painted edges line up perfectly, which I love. And then we have book number 3. So we're continuing with the rose motif, and then we have, or the leaf motif, and then we have the finishing of the castle with this. So in terms of how they look together, this is what the first 3 look like together. And I just think that's so beautiful. We have the continuation of the branches and everything on this side as well, which I think is so cool. And then for this book, it says The Crown of Golden Bones, which is the title of this book. Again, you have the beautiful wolves on the front. You have the the red finishing, which is just so stunning. And then of course the inlay. Let me just find her for you here. I know she's in here. There she is. Here is our lovely page inlay, which I just think is so stunning. And then this one also has a gold cover, which I absolutely adore. So that is book number 3. Now moving on to book 4 and 5, it does get a little bit more happy in terms of the coloring. So we have our book number 4, which says I didn't read book 3's. So book 3's says, You will bow before your queen or you will bleed before her. So that was for book 3. Then for book 4, on the back, the quote says, With blood, wait, hold on. Oh, here we go. With blood full of ash and ice, the chosen will usher in the end, remaking the realms, the harbinger of death and destruction. So that sounds really dark. I love the fact that these little red filigrees actually look like bats to me a little bit. I don't know if that's what they're supposed to be or just leaves, but I love the leaf motif that's kind of being continued throughout the entirety of the series. And then there is our front cover. And then of course, as always, you have the beautiful page inlay as well, which I think is just so stunning and beautiful. And then the painted edges on this one are just gorgeous. They're definitely a little bit more cheerful, which I like. So you have a lot more color and you have that continued rose motif. So to show you guys all four together, and then this is where things get tricky because I only have so many hands, but you have that continuation of the floral print. There is the front of the book and the side. So that's just absolutely gorgeous. And then last but not least, we have book number 5. So here is book number 5. This one is A Soul of Ash and Blood. And on the back, it says, he was what the blade symbolized, her resilience, her capability, her strength, the proof that she had taken the nightmares and the fear and turned them into power. And I love that. I just love how strong this is. And this is Poppy on the front cover further into the story. And I just love the power that she exudes in this cover. It's just so beautiful. And then the inlay is obviously equally stunning and just absolutely divine. Look how beautiful that is, guys. Oh my God, so gorgeous. And here are the lovely painted edges. So that brings me to the conclusion of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed those unboxings. Let me see if I can lift this for you guys. So this is what it looks like on the bottom, on the top. And I just love that beautiful color and continuation. I'm so excited to sink my teeth into this series. I definitely think that this series will be finding its way to the TBR soon. Currently though, I really want to get through the Scythe series, and then in April also the final book in the Powerless trilogy will be releasing, so I'll be reading that for sure. And I think I'm going to stick more to a young adult fantasy vibe and then maybe introduce these in like May, June, or July, but we shall definitely see. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I absolutely love doing a good unboxing, but as I've mentioned before, books can be enjoyed without being collected. They can be enjoyed through Libby, through subscriptions, through so many different ways that don't require you to have an accumulation of massive collections of books like I do. This is truly my passion and joy, so I just love it. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. Also, just so you know, these are still available, so I will definitely link the store on the website below. Unfortunately, the omnibus, however, is sold out. I have not seen it on the website anymore, but if you are interested in buying it secondhand, definitely check out places like Mercari, Fairy Loot, eBay, and they might actually have some extra copies that are being sold. But again, this is the Dragons of Ember Hollow series. It's an omnibus, it's a reverse harem, I believe, and it's by Tessa Hale. So hope you guys enjoyed. For those of you that are new here, thank you so much for being here. If bookish content is kind of your vibe, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. As I mentioned before, I put out videos every Wednesday and Sunday. For those of you that are returning, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for building this reading community with me. It means the whole world to me, and I can't wait to continue reading with you guys, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you have a blessed day, and I am looking forward to sharing the next chapter soon in the next video. Bye, guys.